Every single time when it is hot, you always gonna sweat, and every single time when it's cold, you always gonna wear a blanket. You see something, you see you're gonna wear a jersey or something. You see what's happening here. These are the things that we know that whenever it's cold, you need a jacket as well as whenever there's a corner kick against the Spurs. It is a goal. That's exactly what we have to say because again, Arsenal for the third time in 3 years they've gone to Tottenham Hotspurs and they've gone to collect their 3 points. All the Arsenal fans are already calling it the 3 point line, and do you blame them? They go to this ground without even asking questions, and they always find themselves with a victory every single time they go to this ground. Again, another day, again, another victory. Again, what else can we say? What a performance by Arsenal. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you think of Arsenal versus Tottenham versus Arsenal? 1-0 win from Arsenal, and I think the basics that they needed to do, they did perfectly, which is defend. They gave Tottenham the ball again for the second time in 3 years, and again still living with 3 points. And something has to change because if you're Ange Postecoglou, if you have this attacking excitement of a team, if you have a team that knows how to go forward, if you say that your team is one of the best going forward, you get some best players to try and perform, and yet at the end of the day, you still cannot find ways of beating this Arsenal team, then you have to go look at yourself in the mirror and ask how you can get yourself in that seven. Because one thing that we have to say, if you watch the manner that Arsenal were playing this game, they were not worried whenever the Sakas were trying to go and try to affect the game and not scoring. They were not worried when the Trossard were trying to create something and not do anything. They were not worried by that. They knew that at the end of the day, they will get the game done. They will win the game, and that's what they did. Another game, another disappointment from Tottenham Hotspurs, and I have no idea what if you are a Tottenham Hotspurs fan, you're expecting, because this is something that is just a reality. You don't even have to ask any question. Sterling came in, played the game, and I felt like he should have done something. So we're going to talk about all the players that were in the game, talk about what their input into the game was, and how Mikel Arteta always managed to get the best out of Postecoglou, because it seems like no matter what, he knows how to do the best out of this game. First of all, we need to put some respect to the set piece coach of Arsenal. His strategy every single time against Tottenham Hotspurs, against any other team, he always find a way to get it done. It seems like other teams now knows of the first three, I don't know, is it three teams that have played against Arsenal, knows how to stop this Arsenal's players whenever they do. Of all those players, of all those teams, the close rivals, the players that are very close to this Arsenal team, don't even know how to stop this team. And it's really embarrassing because it's happening so many times. This team is coming to your own home ground every single time, and Arsenal are confident enough. They are not even afraid of the ground. They are just comfortable. It feels like they're playing at Emirates Stadium. It feels like they're playing at their own home ground because they always get the job done. And I am worried because that has to come to an end. As I'm talking, Danny Olmo just scored. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, people, the Barcelona game is being played right now. What a goal by Danny Olmo. But we need to talk about this team that we call Tottenham Hotspurs, because, of course, you are in the top six. You said that you have been given the ability to be in the top six. Of course, we have given you. But you can't tell me that you are playing an Arsenal team that it's depleted in the middle of the field. They don't have their best players in the middle of the field, yet somehow they still find a way to get the job done. They don't have their chief creator in Martin Odegaard. They don't have one of their best players are going forward as well as defending in Declan Rice. And I wonder exactly what is this Tottenham Hotspurs team doing. I saw them moving with the ball, and one thing that I noticed from the start is, maybe I'm still just reliving what Liverpool did the last game, but one thing that I saw from the start, they were with the ball on their feet, even though they were doing the good passes. And they were doing the good passes because Arsenal were letting them do so. They were doing the good passes because Arsenal had the defensive structure that they just maintained, and they watched everything happening. It was way easy for them. They had the ball under control. They had the game under control from the start to the end of the game. And you have to be worried if you are a Tottenham Hotspur's team, because it's fun, because it shouldn't be this easy. It shouldn't be this easy for a team to get the job done. You had the opportunities. You tested their goalkeeper. You did everything, but every single time, even though you're putting pressure on this Arsenal team, they knew that at the end of the day they will win the game, because they knew how that team was going to attack. They knew everything that was going to happen in the game, and they did it well. They did it to perfection. And now we stand here. We look at the out and out results, the end of the game, and who is the winner, who is the victor in this game. It's none other than Arsenal, because they did not panic that they're missing Declan Rice and Odegaard. They did not even panic. They just said that if it is to defend Son, we take him out of the game. Ben White, your mission is to mark Son. And they said, Gabriel Saliba, take Solanke out of the game. He's still not used to the game, so don't really put so much pressure on him. Just try to disturb him. And one of you, especially you, Timber, don't be so much on Brendan Johnson. Do this for us. Make sure that you are cutting out whatever the thread that Trossard, whatever the thread that Madison and this guy Kulusevski tried to create on the midfield. And at some point, whenever they give what's his name, Ben Johnson the ball, just make sure that you push him out of this one, and don't worry, the rest we got it covered. That's how they nullified the whole entire attacking thread of Arsenal. Look at everywhere where Son was going. Ben White was there. And if he was going on the other side, Ben White was literally telling the midfielder, Thomas Partey, to drop and follow Son and take him out of the game. And Ben White was making sure that in the midfield he was helping. But what they were doing was to make sure that they nullified the threat of Son. They disturbed Solanke, in which they did to perfection if I was looking at the game, as well as to stop the chief creator of Tottenham Hotspurs, Madison, to get the ball, to get comfortable on the ball. They were shaking him a bit, ruffling him out to make him sure that he was not in the game. And that was all that they needed to do. And we are coming here talking about a 1-0 win, because they knew that as many corner kicks they were going to create, either Kai Havertz, either Gabriel, either Saliba, one of them will get a goal. And it's against Tottenham Hotspurs. They will make sure that the game gets to the end. They will make sure that they win the goal. And that was it. I literally watched this game, hoping for something different, and nothing came out of the game. I watched the entire game and nothing came out, because they knew how to take the team out of the game. They knew how to stop this team from creating anything meaningful. They were moving with the ball, going from the left to the right, passing, putting pressure on them, just making sure that they follow them and pushing them out, moving a bit, moving the bait out of the game. And that was it. It was an embarrassing tactic that Arsenal used against Tottenham Hotspurs, and it worked. And I'm telling you, this has been a strategy since Ange Postecoglou came. 2 years in the making, and they're just perfecting it now. Now it's even worse, because they're no longer scoring any goals. And I wonder, this is my wondering, I wonder when, I wonder how, I wonder who exactly Tottenham Hotspurs has the kahuna to try to get something out of the game, the player who actually have something to try and create something meaningful. Because if Son is not in the game, then what happens? When I saw the game was over, when I saw Madison coming out and they put men like Timo Werner, and I was like, okay, so we are just going to watch them passing from the back, passing from the sideways, back again, sideways, back again, sideways, back again, sideways, until the game came to an end. And that's how, my friend, how Tottenham Hotspurs lost the game. Are we surprised? We are not. Because this has been the thing that is happening. You know, whenever Arsenal fans are coming out and they're speaking with chest that we are going to beat Tottenham Hotspurs, they're talking about situations like this. They're talking about how they literally know the players that they can mark and get them out of the game to win the game. And that's exactly what they did. They just took out Son, they just took out the players, and they get the team out of the game. And that was it. It's an embarrassing tactic. It's an embarrassing thing. That's why I told you. That's why I said this. Now this is becoming embarrassing because whatever Ange Postecoglou is gonna put out in the game cannot even come close to get something out of this Arsenal team. And I worry for Tottenham Hotspurs. I worry for this team because they are trying to compete. They are trying to win a trophy. He said it's next season. It's year 2 of his career. He always wins something. How do you win something when you cannot even show you cannot even coach your team to have at least the discipline to get the job done, to defend the corner, something that I think most of the Premier League teams are good at. They can't. Van der Ven is tall, Solanke is tall, or maybe I'm joking. All the players that I'm saying, they're tall. Why can they just not mark the players who are tall from the other teams to take them out of the game? How do you make a Romero, a guy who's this short, mark somebody like Gabriel? Saliba should have been marked by either the striker Dominic Solanke and the other one to be Mickey van der Ven, to make sure that those guys don't get to the balls and maybe try to disturb the likes of Kai Havertz. But that is it. I heard people talking, it was expression when they were building up this game, and you were saying that, oh, you know what we've decided to do? We are happy that Declan Rice is not in there because he's the chief creator who knows how to deliver the balls that are actually a threat to us in the game. And we're happy that he was not going to be in the game. And yet, we are watching this. It's really, really painful. Tottenham providing Liverpool fans with tears. No, it's not really in that case. I need to make this clear. Let me understand. The reason why I'm talking about this, it's not like I was all in hoping that Tottenham Hotspur stop Arsenal. No. Not that they don't really have what it takes to get the job done. I knew they don't really have what it takes to get the job done. But I was hoping. This is it from me. Arsenal don't have Declan Rice. They don't have Martin Odegaard. You know these guys are game changers for Arsenal whenever they're in the team. How many Spurs fans were celebrating when Rice got a red card? How many? And how many Spurs fans were celebrating when Odegaard was injured? We have the evidence. It is there on their social medias. It is there on their videos that they made on YouTube. They were celebrating this. And you think, okay, they're showing some chest. They're showing some chest. Maybe they will perform. What did the team deliver? What did they deliver, really, to be honest? What did they deliver? Because I watched that game and I saw nothing. I literally watched this game and I saw nothing. So it's disappointing if you're a Tottenham Hotspurs fan. It's disappointing if you're watching this game and you're hoping something could happen. This cannot continue happening, to be honest. They need to find a grip. I watched this Tottenham Hotspurs team doing some transfers. They sign what's his name? Is the expression calls him Archie the Great. He didn't come in the game. Who exactly are the game changers in that Tottenham Hotspurs bench, or even Tottenham Hotspurs team? Who are the game changers? Who are they? Because I'm watching this game and I'm not seeing it. Tottenham will always have problems until they sign a serious striker. Say that to a Tottenham Hotspurs fan, they will want to eat you alive, but that's the truth. Dominic Solanke performing against a Bournemouth that had one of the best seasons in their lifetime cannot produce anything in the game. And when we tell them that if you think you're a big team, it's Tottenham Hotspurs. If you think you're a big team, because to be honest, any person who have their 5 cents can come out and say that Tottenham Hotspurs are a big team because they don't act like a big team that knows how to get the job done. They don't act like a big team. So if they think that they're a big team, you cannot tell me that you think it's Solanke. You cannot tell me that you think Solanke can be the problem solver for your striker position problems. How you know that this team is not serious to do something? They re-signed Timo Werner, a guy who's always coming from the bench and becoming what? Practically nobody. Somebody who's coming into the game and just, move with the ball, give some excitement, cross 1 and 2, hoping that there's somebody inside of the 18 area. And guess what? They were hoping that Solanke, who I don't even rate myself, could produce something. So you wonder how in God's green earth can this team actually have a meaningful team that produces something. You wonder how can they actually have a meaningful team that can at least challenge, at least try to fight for their honor against their close rivals. They're playing against their close rivals, and Arsenal don't even need to attack. They actually give them the ball and say that what we're gonna do to you, we will control where you get your position of the ball. If you're gonna be playing at the back of the team, that's where you play the game. We are comfortable that you cannot hurt anyone. You're gonna kick those long balls, and it's easy for Gabriel to get it. It's easy for us to bully your strike force out of the ball, and the ball goes to either what's his name, to the goalkeeper, David Raya, or maybe we control it back and we go and attack and actually try to put out and provide a meaningful attack, because you guys cannot do anything with the ball. You literally have nobody. When we take Son out of the game, the team is over. Let's face it, people. How many years has Son been at Tottenham Hotspurs? And I'm telling you, until to this day, he's still their fierce attacker, their fierce attacking threat since Harry Kane left the club. They haven't found somebody we can say who's meaningful, who can make this team tick. They haven't found that. And what exactly are we expecting to see from this? What exactly can a Liverpool fan, like you were saying, expect Tottenham to do in this game? This wasn't easy. This was an easy game for us, no? This was an easy game. This was an easy day to the office, because it's that 3-point lane. They go and they just get the job done, get their points, and then move on. Easy. And they're going to continue doing it time and time and time again. And to make matters worse, I don't think there's any, and I repeat this, I don't think there's any Tottenham fan or Tottenham not fan player who has what it takes to try and fight for the badge and prove people that he can be better. I don't think that there is such a player in that Tottenham Hotspur squad. It's really disappointing, to be honest. It's really disappointing. So looking at everything that we saw in the game, I'm gonna try to look at all the players that were in this team and just maybe try to look at and say whatever my thoughts are on both of the players, especially looking at the Tottenham Hotspurs team that had nothing. Look at their ratings. Just look at their ratings. The goalkeeper, I think if it wasn't for Vicario, this game could have been a different game already. If it wasn't for Vicario, because I think he saved this team so many times, time and time again. And like I said, if it wasn't because of him, this could have been a different game altogether. Because they had control, they ran the game. Arsenal were threatening. The Kai Havertz did not finish up some chances that they created. Oh, Barcelona, I think they're about to score here. It's now becoming a riot now against the Girona team that surprised the team. Anyway, that's better. Okay, so I want to hear your thoughts in the comments again. So, like I'm saying, Vicario, as much as you could see his nerves every single time Tottenham were about to receive a corner kick. Whenever there was a corner kick, you could see the nerves of the goalkeeper. The fear of what was going to happen was written all over the face of this player. He was afraid because he knew that the goal was going to get into the end. The goal was coming from this. And it's embarrassing that your goalkeeper does not even trust his players to protect him when a corner kick comes, because any team that just have a player who can actually connect well with the ball and set it into the goalkeeper's pathway can get the job done against this team. Can literally get the job done, and it's embarrassing, really. So Vicario, if I'm to rate him, I think we have to give him a 6 out of 10 for Tottenham Hotspurs. When we move on, Pedro Porro, he was just running. He was there going forward and coming back. I saw nothing from him. I'm going to give him an average. It was a 5. Christian Romero, I think he was the better of the defense of the pairs, to be honest. He stopped some of the chances that could have changed this outcome of the game. I think he gave problems to Gabriel a lot. Martinelli struggled a lot to get so many of the times forward, because every single time he was there to cause chaos. So I can give him maybe a 6. Mickey van der Ven, oh, this guy was just running. He was just running. I did not see what he did. Maybe somebody can tell me. And somebody had the audacity on TalkSport to say that Mickey van der Ven is better than Virgil van Dijk. That will always be Candy's embarrassing assessment of the game. That will always be the most embarrassing take that he has ever taken. I give him a 4 because I did not see him in the game. Destiny Udoji, what did he do? Did he keep Saka quiet? Or Saka was not really in the game today, and I think that's what we can all agree upon. He was not really in the game, so I have to say maybe give him an average of 5. Madison, I did not see him. He just could not get into the game because every single time when he was getting the game, either Thomas Partey was on him, or maybe if it was not Thomas Partey, it was either William Saliba. They just put him out of the game. So we give him a 6, and that is it. That is it. That is it. That's a 4-goal nil from Pedri. Barcelona are making they're embarrassing Girona now. They're literally embarrassing Girona. Benteke, what was he doing in that midfield? I think I heard that he's gonna be suspended. Maybe that's where he'll go, but I did not see him in the game, and I'm not being harsh. I'm just being truthful. I think he deserves to be given a 4 as well. Kulusevski was just running all over, but he did not do anything. That's why I'm giving him a 5 in average. Son, the only player who was moving, but he could not do enough because Ben White took him out of the game. So you give him a 6. He tried. Dominic Solanke, what did he do? He had an opportunity he could have taken advantage of, but he did nothing with that opportunity. And that is it. So I'll give him a 4. Benteke a 3. I did not even see. What was this guy doing in the game? You understand your validity as a player if you see an entire team not even giving a damn that you're on the pitch. That's how you understand your validity as a player. Benteke, this guy called what's his name? If I get his name wrong, Brenton Johnson. Arsenal did not even care if he was in the pitch or not. They did not even care if he was in the pitch or not, and that is the worst thing you can ever get in a team or from a game, when a team doesn't even care if you're on the pitch or not. And that is really embarrassing. From the Arsenal teams, all of them, I'm going to rate them from 6 going forward upwards. 6 has to be a Jorginho. I'll give the keeper 8. I'll give Saliba an 8. Ben White an 8. Gabriel a 9 because he scored a goal. During Timber an 8. He was controlling the game. Martinelli caused the problem, so I'll give him a 6 as well, or a 7. Thomas Partey, I'll give him an 8. Lisandro Trossard, I'll give him an 8 as well. Kai Havertz a 7, and Bukayo Saka a 7.5. I think that's a fair rating because it's straightforward to the point. These guys knew what they needed to do. They got the job done. They just exhausted this Tottenham Spurs. Made sure that their only attacking threat, who is Son, was out of the game, and that was the end of the game. That's how they got the game done. And I don't even think we expected anything from them. And that it's me actually being kind to Tottenham Spurs. I did not expect anything out of them, because if I had to say something, I could have actually maybe said more about how disappointing they were as a team and how they offered literally nothing in the game. So I don't know. As much as people say that this is still the biggest derby in the English Premier League, this is now becoming an embarrassing derby because it's always the same goddamn team that is winning. Arsenal don't even have to think so much to get the team done, to get the job done, and that is an embarrassing, to be honest, to see in the game. So I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you think of today's game? Who was your man of the match? I give my man of the match to Gabriel because I think he played so well. As well as if I'm choosing a second man of the match, I have to give it to the goalkeeper of Arsenal. I think he did well. He controlled the game, and they did what he had to do as a goalkeeper. What else are we expecting from this? Well, nothing. From the 3-point line, people, this has been same, and I think I've given a better assessment for both teams. I don't expect anything from this Tottenham Hotspur team. I'm actually starting to worry how long is Ange Postecoglou going to be in this team, because If he continues with this, he attacks Highline for life, man. What is he doing? Who exactly is that set pitch coach? I'm always going to be asking this question. Why can't he at least try to get a direction, to give direction to this team in terms of how they defend? Because what they're showing is practically nothing. It's literally embarrassing to see what we are seeing from this Tottenham Hotspur team. And people are going to say this. I'm saying this because I wanted the Arsenal to lose. No. If you go watch my prediction, I literally said that Arsenal has this game in their hands. Go watch it. It's here on the Connect. And it has come out the way I said it. Am I surprised? No. I expected this. This thing, I expected it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. No problem. No Rice, no Martin Odegaard for us now. No problem. They got the job done as usual. So don't forget to share your comments in the comment section. And I want to hear what your thoughts were. And don't forget to like that vid. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm being your host, Sam. We'll see you on another one. And I think that's where we come to an end. Champions League build-up is coming up, people. We are expecting an amazing performance from the Champions League. I'm out. Like that vid. Subscribe to the Connect. We'll see you. Peace out.
Beats the goalkeeper. You're just lost for words. He is just brilliant. Georgie Best, Diego Maradona.